chosen one. 3 days will change everything. Listen, this is not just a title. It's a prophetic declaration over your life. 3 days may not seem like much in the eyes of the world, but in the realm of divine timing, 3 days can carry the weight of decades of preparation. Right now, unseen forces are moving. Alignments are taking place. A countdown has begun that will not end in silence, but in the kind of transformation that makes people say, "I didn't see that coming." The next 3 days are not ordinary. They are appointed. They are charged with energy, carrying the momentum of promises you thought were delayed, dreams you thought were denied, and breakthroughs you thought were impossible. Stay here with me until the end of this video. Let your heart and your spirit be open, because when you engage fully, you signal to the universe and to God Himself that you are ready for what's about to unfold. Write your warmest wishes in the comments along with the number 99. This is not just a gesture, it is a declaration. Every wish you release into the atmosphere is a seed, and 99 is the sign of divine completion and alignment. As you do this, you are energizing the universe, aligning yourself with the frequency of your manifestation, and joining a wave of collective intention that will multiply your results. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. Chosen one, understand this. In 3 days, there will be a shift so clear that even those who doubted you will have to admit something beyond human control is working on your behalf. Right now, you are in a moment that feels still, maybe even quiet. But don't confuse silence with inactivity. The greatest changes often happen beneath the surface before they are revealed. You may not hear the movement, but it is there. The ground is trembling softly under your feet. And when these 3 days are complete, the rumble will become a roar. 3 days is not random. It's a pattern of divine completion and accelerated change. It's the time it takes for situations to turn from impossible to undeniable. You are entering a divine window where your preparation will meet opportunity. Your obedience will meet reward, and your endurance will meet breakthrough. You didn't go through every setback, every delay, every lonely night for nothing. Every tear watered the ground you're about to stand victorious on. Right now, you might feel pressure, uncertainty, or even spiritual warfare trying to pull you back into fear. That's because when you're this close to a shift, resistance shows up. It's a sign that something is about to break. The enemy does not fight what is not a threat. You are a threat to the chains that have held your life still. You are a disruption to the cycles of lack, stagnation, and delay. And in these 3 days, the divine is about to confirm what your spirit has been whispering. You are right to keep going. Think of your life as a bow being drawn back. The tension you feel now is the preparation for a rapid release. 3 days from now, that release will come, and you will find yourself catapulted into places you didn't have the power to reach by yourself. You are stepping into a moment that has been waiting for you. Yes, you. Because no one else could fill your assignment. You are going to notice signs as the countdown continues. Unexpected calls, small but meaningful opportunities, a feeling in your spirit that says something is shifting. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. They are the universe and the divine reminding you that you are not abandoned in the process. You are being guided to the appointed hour. So prepare yourself. Guard your energy. Speak only life over your situation. In these 3 days, every word matters. Every thought counts. This is a sacred window. And your posture in this time determines the magnitude of your manifestation. You are closer than you think. Chosen one, Stay alert. Stay ready. 3 days will change everything. Chosen one, as the second day approaches in this divine countdown, the atmosphere around you will begin to shift in a way that only the spiritually sensitive can detect. It will not be loud at first. It will feel like the way air changes before a storm, subtle yet undeniable. You might notice your spirit becoming restless, not from fear but from anticipation. Something within you will awaken and whisper, "Get ready." This is not a normal stretch of time. These 3 days are sacred, marked and sealed in the spiritual realm long before you arrived at them. The first thing you must understand is that these 3 days are not just about external events. They are about your positioning. In this period, every small act of alignment, every conscious choice to walk in faith instead of fear will multiply its impact. The smallest action you take toward your calling will open doors you didn't know were there. Your prayers will carry extra weight. Your declarations will travel farther. Your intuition will sharpen. By the time the second day is in motion, you may begin to notice unusual clarity in your thoughts. Things that seemed confusing before will suddenly make sense. You'll understand why certain people had to leave your life. You'll see why certain opportunities were blocked. The puzzle pieces that looked scattered will start to form an image. It's not because the circumstances themselves changed overnight. It's because you are being elevated to see from a higher perspective. The truth is, chosen one, this is not just a countdown to an event. It's a countdown to a new version of you. The shift that is coming in 3 days is permanent. This is not a temporary high followed by another low. This is the type of transformation that makes it impossible for you to go back to the person you were before. You will speak differently, walk differently, make decisions differently. You will no longer entertain the distractions that used to pull you off course. And as this internal shift solidifies, the external world will begin to match it. People who once overlooked you will have no choice but to notice you. Conversations that were once closed to you will now be open. Resources that were locked up will start to flow. There will be moments where you will stop and realize what you are seeing now used to only be a vision in your mind, but now it's in your hands. The second day will test your patience. You might find things moving slowly on the surface, almost like nothing is happening. That is the exact moment you must resist doubt. Imagine a seed underground. If you dig it up before its time, you destroy the growth that was happening in secret. The same is true for you in this moment. What is growing under the surface of your life is too precious to disturb. The less you try to force it, the more powerful it will be when it emerges. By the third day, something shifts from invisible to visible. You'll feel it before you see it. Your body will feel lighter. Your spirit will feel unshakable. The opportunities that come will not require you to chase or prove yourself. They will find you. This is the magnetic pull of divine timing. It draws to you the people, places, and situations that are in harmony with your destiny. You won't need to fight for validation because your very presence will speak for you. But here's the key. You must protect this moment fiercely. Not everyone will understand what is happening to you. Some will try to pull you back into old patterns simply because they are uncomfortable with your growth. Do not explain yourself. Do not water down your transformation to make others feel at ease. These 3 days are for you, and the results will speak louder than any explanation could. Chosen one, when the third day comes and the shift fully lands in your life, you will know without a doubt that something supernatural has occurred. It will be as if time itself bent to make space for your destiny. You will look back at this exact moment and say, "This was the turning point." And once it happens, there will be no going back. only forward into greater light, greater purpose, and greater abundance. Chosen one. The moment the third day is complete, the air around you will not feel the same. You will wake up with a clarity so sharp it will cut through the fog of every confusion you've carried. You will feel lighter, not because every circumstance has changed yet, but because the weight on your spirit has been lifted. Something will shift in the atmosphere. An invisible barrier that has been holding you back will dissolve, and you will sense space opening up before you. Do not be surprised if in this period your name begins to circulate in rooms you've never stepped into. Favor works like that. It goes ahead of you and prepares the way. Conversations will happen without your knowledge that are setting you up for blessings you didn't even have the time or strategy to chase. This is the kind of acceleration where what would have taken years in the natural is compressed into days. People around you will begin to notice something is different, even if they can't explain it. They might say you look brighter, more confident, or simply different. That's because the energy you carry will be different. You will no longer move with uncertainty. Instead, every step will feel guided, backed by an invisible force that ensures you are in the right place at the right time. Opportunities will begin to appear with almost no effort on your part. This is not luck. It is alignment. What was once uphill will now feel like a smooth path beneath your feet. The very things that were delayed, resisted, or withheld from you will now flow toward you freely. It's as though the universe will conspire to make sure you get exactly what you were meant to have. And it will happen so naturally that you'll realize the struggle wasn't because you weren't worthy. It was because the timing wasn't ready. But here is the deeper truth. After these 3 days, you will not just be receiving blessings, you will become a blessing. The shift will not only elevate you, but position you to impact others. Your words will carry more weight. Your presence will shift atmospheres. People will feel peace, hope, and courage just by being around you because they will sense the divine breakthrough that has marked you. This is when you must remember something very important. The blessing is not the end. It is the beginning of a greater calling. You are being lifted, yes, but not for the sake of status alone. You are being positioned to build, to lead, to inspire, and to fulfill the assignment you were chosen for long before you could see it. Some will not understand the speed of your rise. They will question how it happened so quickly. Let them wonder. You don't owe explanations for divine timing. In fact, it is better that they see the results than hear the process, because no human reasoning could explain what has been orchestrated in the unseen realm for you. In the days following your shift, watch closely for doors that seem too big for you to open, because those are the ones meant for you. If it intimidates you, it's likely the very thing you're supposed to walk into. You will notice that you're no longer being called to safe, familiar places. Instead, you will be called to places that stretch you, challenge you, and bring you into rooms you never imagined you would enter. And when you walk through these new doors, remember, the same divine hand that opened them will guide you in them. You will not be left alone to figure it out. The same way the 3-day shift was orchestrated for your breakthrough, the steps after will be carefully guided for your establishment. This is momentum that will not fade. It will build day by day until your life looks completely unrecognizable compared to the one you're standing in right now. Chosen one. Once the shift has taken root, you will start to notice that your relationships will not remain the same. The energy you carry after these 3 days will be so elevated that it will naturally attract the right people and quietly distance the wrong ones. You won't have to push anyone away. divine alignment will do it for you. People whose hearts are not in harmony with your destiny will simply fade out of your orbit. And those who are meant to walk with you in this next chapter will arrive without resistance, as if they had been waiting for the exact moment to step in. Some of these new connections will feel strangely familiar, as though you have known them for lifetimes. That's because they are part of your soul's appointed network, individuals who carry keys to the doors you are about to walk through. They will not come to take from you, but to pour into you, to lift you higher, to stand with you when the weight of new responsibility tries to press you down. This is part of the protection built into your elevation, the right allies at the right time for the right mission. At the same time, you will notice your influence expanding beyond what you can physically see. Your presence will begin to reach into spaces where your feet have not yet stepped. People will speak your name in rooms that once felt impossible to access. Your words will travel farther than you intended, resonating with those who are searching for exactly what you carry. This is the unseen reach of divine favor. It multiplies your impact without requiring you to exhaust yourself in the process. Your finances will not be left untouched. The 3-day shift will trigger a chain reaction in the material realm. Unexpected provisions will appear. Contracts, partnerships, sales, or offers that seem to come from nowhere. You will find yourself no longer chasing opportunities, but choosing between them. And this financial flow will not come as a trickle. It will come in waves. The more you align with your purpose, the more these waves will grow in size and frequency. But here is where you must remain anchored. With greater blessing comes greater responsibility. The abundance that is flowing into your life is not only for personal comfort. It is for building, expanding, and lifting others. You are not just meant to live well. You are meant to create pathways for others to rise. You are a bridge chosen one, and bridges are built to be crossed. You will also begin to notice that your very presence disrupts environments that are not in alignment with truth. Where there is negativity, your arrival will shift the tone. Where there is chaos, your spirit will bring calm. This is not by accident. It is the natural result of carrying the breakthrough energy that has marked you after these 3 days. People may not understand why they feel different around you, but they will remember how you made them feel. The momentum from this shift will also inspire you to dream bigger than you ever have before. Things you once saw as too much or too far will now feel entirely possible. It's not arrogance, it's divine confidence. You will understand that you are not relying solely on your own strength, but on the backing of an entire spiritual system designed to see you succeed. This is why the days after the shift must be handled with care. Your choices will matter more than ever. Every yes and every no will carry weight. Your intuition will guide you, but you must listen closely. The path ahead is filled with opportunities, but not every opportunity is meant for you. Some are simply distractions in disguise. Learn to discern the difference. And as you continue forward, you will see how quickly the 3-day shift transforms into a lifelong trajectory. This is not a fleeting moment of good fortune. It's the first chapter of a new story, one in which your name is written in bold and your purpose is unshakable. Chosen one. The true magnitude of what happened in those 3 days will only become fully clear as time passes. In the beginning, you will feel the shift as energy, as momentum, as sudden alignment. But as weeks and months unfold, you will begin to see that those 3 days were the moment your identity solidified. They were the dividing line between the old you and the version of you that the world will now come to know. You will no longer identify yourself by the struggles you endured. You will no longer see yourself through the lens of lack, delay, or rejection. Instead, you will look in the mirror and see a builder, a leader, a manifester, a chosen one who carries proof that divine timing is real. Every choice you make after this point will come from a place of strength rather than survival. The way you approach challenges will change completely. You will stop asking, "Can I handle this?" and start declaring, "This is mine to handle and I will see it through." The hesitation that once slowed you down will fade, replaced by a steady assurance that you are exactly where you are meant to be. This confidence will not be loud or boastful. It will be calm, unshakable, and magnetic. Your vision for the future will also expand. You will no longer settle for small goals simply because they seem safe. The divine momentum created by those 3 days will stir within you an appetite for more impact, more contribution, more legacy. You will begin to design your life not just for the next year, but for decades to come, knowing that every seed you plant now will produce fruit for generations. And make no mistake, this shift will affect those connected to you. Your family will feel it. Your friends will notice it. Even strangers who cross your path will sense it. This is because when a chosen one rises, the energy of that rise spills over, touching everyone within reach. You are not just changing your own trajectory. You are altering the spiritual climate for those around you. Financially, the flow will stabilize. What once came in small, inconsistent bursts will now arrive in steady streams. And as your provision increases, so will your ability to fund your dreams, support causes that matter to you, and create opportunities for others. Money will no longer be something you chase. It will be a tool you command, guided by your higher purpose. But here's the part many overlook. The real gift of the 3-day shift is not just the blessing itself, but the becoming that it demands of you. You will be called to operate at a higher standard to maintain the alignment that allowed the shift to happen in the first place. This means protecting your mind, guarding your heart, and choosing environments that feed your growth instead of draining it. There will be moments in the future when you will face new challenges, but the difference will be in your perspective. You will no longer see obstacles as stop signs. They will appear as temporary delays, as moments to pause, recalibrate, and come back stronger. You will know from experience that everything can change in a matter of days, and that certainty will keep you steady, even in uncertainty. Chosen one, the legacy of these 3 days is not just about what you receive. It's about who you become in the process and what you will do with that becoming. You are not only stepping into a new season, you are stepping into your role as an example, a light and a reminder to others that their own 3 days could be closer than they think. Chosen one. Time will pass, but the memory of those 3 days will never fade from your spirit. It will become a reference point, the moment you look back on whenever you need to remind yourself that divine timing is real and unstoppable. Years from now, you will speak of it not just as an event, but as the day your entire life recalibrated. As the seasons change and you continue to rise, you will begin to see the far-reaching impact of what happened. It will not only show up in the blessings you hold, but in the people you've touched, the doors you've opened for others, and the legacy you are building. Your story will inspire those who feel stuck, giving them hope that their own breakthrough might be just around the corner. Your life will no longer be defined by the chapters of waiting and struggling. It will be defined by the chapters of impact and expansion. You will move through the world with a confidence that is quiet, yet undeniable. a presence that speaks before you do. People will feel it without knowing exactly why, because it's the frequency of someone who has walked through transformation and come out the other side whole, steady, and blessed. And the most beautiful part is that your influence will extend far beyond your physical presence. Your words, your work, your example will continue to move through time like ripples on water, touching lives you may never meet. That is the nature of a true shift. It plants seeds that continue to grow long after you've sown them. In the years that follow, you will notice how this moment reshaped your vision of what is possible. Where others see limitation, you will see opportunity. Where others see risk, you will see potential. You will carry the memory of how fast things can change, and it will make you fearless when stepping into new territories. This fearlessness will become your trademark, the very quality that draws more abundance, more connection, and more influence into your life. There will be times when people will ask you, what was the turning point? When did everything start working for you? And you will smile because you'll know the answer. It was those 3 days. But you will also know that those 3 days were not random. They were the result of your preparation, your endurance, your faith, and your refusal to give up. As you look at the life you've built, the peace in your spirit, the stability in your home, the abundance in your resources, you will realize something profound. The blessing was never just about you. It was about everyone who would be impacted through you. Your rise was not simply personal, it was generational. And in the quiet moments, you will thank the version of yourself who kept going when it was hard, who refused to let fear or delay break you, who showed up for those 3 days ready to receive what was already written. Because without that persistence, you would not be here now, standing in the life that once felt like a dream. Chosen one, this is your reminder. When divine timing moves, it moves quickly. What once took years can shift in days. And when it does, it doesn't just change your current season. It rewrites your entire future. The 3 days you've walked through are not just history. They are the foundation for every victory you will experience from this day forward. Chosen one. As the years go on, you will begin to notice something extraordinary. Your life will feel as if it operates in a different rhythm than the world around you. While others are bound by the cycles of uncertainty, you will walk with the steady cadence of someone who has already seen what divine timing can do. That 3-day shift will have rewired the way you perceive time, opportunity, and destiny. You will find yourself moving with more trust. Not because life is suddenly without challenges, but because you know how quickly things can turn. You've lived it. You've watched mountains move in what felt like an instant, and because of that, you will carry a level of inner peace that no external circumstance can shake. People will notice this about you. They'll sense that you are unbothered by delays, unfazed by temporary setbacks. You will no longer speak from desperation. You will speak from authority. Your words will carry the weight of someone who has been through the storm, waited in the quiet, and emerged in the sunlight. And those who hear you will feel something stir in themselves, because your life will be a living reminder that they too can have their own breakthrough moment. The beauty of the 3-day shift is that its influence does not fade, it compounds. The opportunities you stepped into after those days will give birth to more opportunities. The blessings you received will multiply into greater blessings. And the seeds you planted financially, relationally, and spiritually will begin to yield harvests you didn't even realize you'd sown. Even your relationship with yourself will transform. You will no longer doubt your instincts or second-guess your worth. Those days will have taught you that your intuition was right all along, that your persistence was not in vain, and that your faith had substance. You will walk lighter because you will have shed the old self that lived in survival mode. But perhaps the most profound outcome will be the legacy you leave behind. The ripple effect of your transformation will be visible not just in your own life, but in the lives of those who come after you. Children, family members, friends, and even strangers who cross your path will inherit courage from your example. They will look at your life and realize that patience is not weakness, that alignment is more powerful than force, and that a single moment in time, if divinely appointed, can rewrite everything. In this way, the 3 days will never truly be over. They will continue to live in every conversation you inspire, every door you open for someone else, every risk you take in faith, and every vision you bring to life. You will become the evidence that destiny is real, that seasons do shift, and that the impossible can arrive quicker than you expect. And as you move forward, you will hold this truth close. You were not just changed in those 3 days. You were reborn. That rebirth will carry you through every future season, reminding you that no matter what comes, another 3-day shift could be closer than you think. You will never walk the same way again, because you will always carry the memory of what happens when the divine says, "Now, chosen one, imagine this. You're standing in a place you once dreamed of, surrounded by the reality you once prayed for. The air feels different, lighter yet fuller. Every sound, every detail, every moment seems sharper, as if life itself is brighter. You realize this is not just a destination. This is the living proof of what happens when the divine steps in and says, 'It's time.' Those 3 days will forever stand as the bridge between who you were and who you are now. They were not random. They were orchestrated. They were not accidental. They were intentional. And every twist, every delay, every moment of waiting before them was a piece of the design. You will know, without question, that you were never forgotten, never overlooked, never left behind. You are being prepared for this. There is a quiet power in knowing that a single divine window can shift the trajectory of an entire lifetime. You will carry that power in your walk, in your words, in your decisions. It will be in the way you enter rooms, not with arrogance, but with the calm authority of someone who knows what alignment feels like. People will sense it. Opportunities will be drawn to it. Doors will open simply because the energy you carry tells the world you are ready. And there will come a day when you will sit with someone who feels stuck, someone who is where you once were, and you will tell them your story. You will tell them about the waiting, the tension, the silence, and then you will tell them about the 3 days. You will watch as their eyes widen, their posture straightens, and hope flickers inside them. And in that moment, you will realize the full circle of your journey. Your breakthrough became the seed of someone else's. This is why the 3 days mattered so much. It wasn't only about lifting you. It was about lifting everything connected to you. The shift was never just for your comfort. It was for your calling. Now, you are walking in the fullness of that calling, and it will continue to unfold in ways that surprise even you. So as you move forward, hold this truth tightly. Divine timing will always outpace human effort. What feels delayed is often being perfected. What feels still is often building momentum. And when it's ready, when you're ready, it can happen in 3 days or less. That's the kind of power you now know firsthand. Chosen one. The countdown has ended, but the journey has only just begun. You are not returning to the life you had. You are stepping fully into the life that was always meant for you. From this moment on, you carry the evidence, the testimony, and the undeniable truth that everything can change in just 3 days. Chosen one, as you walk beyond the memory of those 3 days, something inside you will crystallize, a deep knowing that you can never truly be the same again. Those days were more than a moment of breakthrough. They were the unveiling of who you've always been beneath the weight of delay, fear, and doubt. You have stepped into the version of yourself that was always waiting to emerge. And there is no path back to the old patterns that once confined you. You will move differently now, not with frantic urgency, but with intentional precision. You will speak with a confidence that does not need to be proven, because you have lived the kind of change that most only dream about. Your eyes will carry a light that people will notice instantly, not just because you are happier, but because you are aligned. That alignment will radiate in everything you do, and those who cross your path will feel it before you even speak a word. In the days and years that follow, you will start to see how the shift has rewired your internal compass. You will no longer tolerate environments that dim your light or people who drain your energy. You will be drawn almost magnetically towards spaces that nurture growth, vision, and expansion. This is not by chance. It's the natural pull of your elevated frequency. And because of this, your life will keep unfolding in layers of favor. The opportunities you once thought were once in a lifetime will become recurring experiences. The doors you once prayed would open will now swing wide without resistance. And each time something new aligns, you will be reminded of those 3 days, not as a miracle that happened once, but as a blueprint for how quickly and powerfully life can transform. When divine timing moves, what's even more profound is the way your transformation will ripple outward. People you've never met will hear your name and feel compelled to connect. Stories of your rise will inspire strangers across the world. You will find that you are no longer living only for yourself. You are living as a walking example that the impossible can happen and that hope is worth holding on to,